what's up guys, welcome back to another video. Hopefully you guys are having a good day as of right now. But basically today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly this specific outreach methods that I personally use besides like running meta ads and Facebook ads, because obviously that's something else. But I'll be essentially showing you guys all the free ways that I essentially run my outreaching to get clients and get new leads coming in every single day, right? So without further ado, let's just pretty much jump straight into it here. So the first one is LinkedIn Sales Navigating. So obviously in terms of like LinkedIn Sales Navigation, you have to pay, I think like $130 a month. If you don't want to pay $130 a month, that's okay. But honestly, it's pretty worth it. But we're just going to go into my LinkedIn here. All right. So basically how this would work is you would want to essentially connect with people here, right? Now, obviously I can't connect with anybody since I already have reached the weekly invitation on how many connections I'm able to, obviously request. But whenever you essentially do that, just, hit connect and stuff like that, you'll just essentially want to go into your network, come in the connections and essentially send them messages, right? So the way you send the messages isn't like, oh, hey, this is David, or like, hey, don't pitch them right off the bat. You want to essentially just kind of let them know that, the reason why you connected with them, why they, connected with you in the first place, and then start kind of building trust and pitching them, right? So if you want this exact template on like the day, like it's essentially a week template. So it's essentially like a week worth of like sending out messages. So the first day is like glad to connect, curious what part of my work or profile caught your attention. If your profile is just blank and it has fucking nothing, that this question doesn't really make sense. But if your profile actually looks decently well, like I'll show you guys my profile. Obviously I have my banner, my face could be a little bit more better, I don't know, a sub headline, my name, the college, my company, about me as well. This doesn't have, don't overthink about this. It could just be simple. Featured, so having links where people can book on the call, articles, posts as well, experience, education, skills, any recommendations if you have any recommendations for people to recommend you for, and stuff like that, right? It's really simple, like just creating like your own LinkedIn profile page. It shouldn't take you more than like 30 minutes, all right? But yeah, that's kind of day one. Day two is like saying, hey, look, I know you didn't ask for it, but I made you a quick personal video diagnostic or personal diagnostic explaining our process. They're going to be curious. They're going to click this link. And if they click this link and then watch the video, obviously I also let them know, hey, let me know if it aligns to a conversation, right? Or honestly, I can just say, let me know if it aligns, or let me know if it's worth a chat, period. Day three is like, hey, touching base with you. Did you get the chance to check out what I sent over? Very just limiting, just kind of like telling them, hey, look, did you watch it or not? But without saying, did you watch it or not, right? Day four is like, hey, name, here's a few case studies as well for you to take a look at. So now you're essentially giving them more resources, more things to look at, not just like a personal diagnostic, right? So now they're looking at case studies. So now in the back of their mind, okay, this guy has made a diagnostic. He sent me over case studies as well, right? What else he might send me, right? Or they're already getting a lot of value from this alone. Day five, simple question, what were your thoughts on the case studies I sent over? Day six, let me know when you got the chance to see it. Here's another diagnostic, explain a few of how our services work. So now they get another resource, essentially telling them like, look, this is exactly how our process or one of our specific processes work more in depth, right? So the first day, they're getting a diagnostic of how we can help them out. Two is case studies and client testimonials to get a little bit more knowledge and like see if we can actually help them. And then three is just giving them a little bit more clarity on how our specific automations and services work for these clients, right? And then day seven, if they don't respond after that, just kind of close it. I just say like last note for me, name, let me know if it's worth a quick chat. If not, I'll close the loop on my end, right? And just kind of leaving it like that. The second option is I'll come into my thing here. And the second option is cold calling. I know we all hate cold calling. I hate cold calling. Like it doesn't really work that well. It has a really small sliver of like percentage of like how many, leads are going to book on with you just by cold calling. But in terms of cold calling, it still works, right? If you know how to cold call, if you're not a beginner, if you're pretty, decently experienced, cold calling is still a good way to, bring in clients as well. Or another method The only thing is you'll have to probably pay for a CRM. I use close.com. It's like 50 a month. But other than that, do not use your phone, because every time you call someone and they don't answer, or they mark you as like a spam, your phone line is going to get cut off, and it's going to be a hassle, right? So this is essentially just what you can do. Go on Close, buy a phone number. Obviously I have multiple phone numbers right here, and then just pretty much import leads. And the way you can essentially bring leads is I'll come into my other account right here, and don't mind all these accounts. I don't know why I have so many, but all you have to do is just come in here. You install the data scraper, which is like a Pokemon ball, inside Google Chrome extension. Hit this, type in any type of niche. I'll do pressure washing for now. Boom, and then you just pretty much scroll down. Once you're done with that, you just click this, hit CSV, and then pretty much import it through the Close CRM, right? So I'll show you guys how to import it, but I'm not gonna import it myself right now since I already have everything imported. So all you have to do is go to contacts, hit the plus sign, boom, drag and drop, and import, right? Easy as that. But yeah, that's the second method as well. The third method is actually really useful, and it's honestly all automated. So I'll show you guys how this works, right? So if I come in automations, and I come into one of my specific automations for cold SMS. So this is essentially, sending out SMSs on automatic, right? So what essentially this is doing is, this is in Go High Level as well. It's gonna send out an SMS opener saying like, hey, are you taking on new clients at the moment, blah, blah. It's gonna send out an internal notification to me saying like, hey, your cold email, your cold SMS campaign has started to run, and it's began. It's going to obviously add tags as well, letting them know that the SMS has been sent to these leads. It's going to wait 24 hours. Once it waits 24 hours, if they don't respond, it's just going to get over here. Okay, what the hell just happened? Okay, so yeah, if they don't respond in the next 24 hours, they're just going to get another automated follow-up SMS saying like, hey, it's David, we're actually partnered, blah, blah. Now, if they do respond, it's going to send me an internal notification saying like, hey, someone responded. It's going to add a tag saying number 1 SMS sent. It's going to come in here, and then depending on what they said, if they said no, they said yes. If they didn't reply or anything like that, if they said yes, it's going to send them a pitch, right? So saying like, hey, awesome, we're partnered with owners, blah, blah. It's going to wait 0.2 minutes, and it's going to ask another open-ended question. Let me know once you've gone the chance to check out the diagnostic as well. I'm going to actually replace this because I don't think this diagnostic or this link works. So just come here, boom, come back into here, copy this, come back, and then just pretty much paste it. So save. Okay. So once that's done, right, obviously that's not the end of everything. Once that is done, it's going to wait another 2 hours. If they don't respond, another follow-up SMS. If they do respond, depending on what the answer is, it's going to send me an internal notification saying that, hey, someone has responded to the second. It's going to add tag as number 2 SMS sent, and then depending on what they said, if they said yes, if they said no, it just goes here. If they said yes, it's going to be 2 minutes, add tag, and it's essentially going to say responded to the second message, qualified, SMS meeting request, perfect. Here's a video to explain a little bit more, and then look out for a call as well after you've watched the diagnostic. After that, wait 30 minutes. If they respond, boom, come here, boom, boom, and then notify me as a hot lead where I can reach out. If they don't respond, then it's just going to send them like a few more follow-ups as well, more follow-ups. And then, after that, that's pretty much the end of the automation, right? So it's really simple. The way you guys can do this is once you've built out this automation, and if you guys need help building this automation out, I believe I have a YouTube video already up on the channel explaining exactly how I broke down this process of this automation specifically. But once you've done that automation, you've completely built it out, you just come into contacts. Once you do that, you just come into contact name. You can add a tag. So you can just kind of add tags and then, describe it as what day is it today? May 13 SMS blast or sequence, whatever, right? I'm not going to do it just because I already did it. And then add tags as May 13 SMS blast or something like that, right? And then you can just add it there. So once you've added the tags, all you want to do is just come in and trigger automation. Write it again, May 13 SMS sequence. Sequence, workflow, hit the workflow or the automation that you built out. So it's generate leads plus cold SMS. Make sure to send it in drip mode. Don't do it all at once. Select the time. So we're just gonna, hit a random time. Batch quantity, 10. I like to do 10. So every single time, every 10 messages goes out to 10 leads. I can do it goes out every 10 minutes, not 10 days or 10 hours. It's every 10 minutes. After that is done, all you have to do is add to automation and you're pretty much done. And as we can see, if we come into bulk actions, it should say queued. Right now it just says processing, but it should say queued. But other than that, that's essentially it in terms of all the 3 outreach methods that I personally use that are the most effective. If you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know in the comments below. But other than that, I will see you guys in the very next video. Peace.